From Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl. From creepy Dr. Seuss comes a classic blend of fairy tale, horror film, and 2 ounces of shrooms. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Experience a movie that's pure children's wish fulfillment, but still wasn't afraid to scar you for life. That balanced out its joy and wonder with lessons on how adults were mostly idiots, kids were mostly evil.
Can't you shut up? I'm busy.
And even good guys could freak out at any moment in a secret test of your integrity.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Candy's good, trust is bad. Got it. Meet Charlie, a sweet boy reduced to poverty because of his con artist, Grandpa Joe. A swindler who takes money for smokes while the rest of the family eats cabbage water. Advocates child abuse.
What she wants is a good kick in the pants.
Talks Charlie into stealing.
Let's take a drink, Charlie. Nobody's watching.
Has 2 big coke nails. And goes from bedridden to dancing as soon as free chocolate comes along.
I never dreamed that I would climb over the moon in ecstasy.
We're onto you, Grandpa Joe. We're onto you. The late Gene Wilder shines as Willy Wonka, the Howard Hughes of diabetes. He isn't just a reclusive nutcase, he's also a master of sarcasm.
Don't just stand there, do something!
Help. Police. Murder.
Crazy eyes, and very likely a serial killer.
2 naughty, nasty little children gone. 3 good, sweet little children left.
Watch as he turns a factory tour into a deadly game where only the generous survive, while the impure are disfigured in accordance with their sins, and a cult of tiny orange monsters dispose of the bodies. Don't believe me? There's no seat on the boat for Augustus Gloop. Wonka knew what he was doing, man. He knew. So enjoy a film that will haunt and delight you for a lifetime. Unlike the Tim Burton version, which will probably just haunt you. So experience a classic film full of unforgettable music. And to help us remember, here's Michael Bolton. Wait, did I read that right? You mean multi-Grammy Award winner Michael Bolton?
Hello, epic voice guy.
Whoa! What are you doing here?
You invited me here?
Well, sure. We didn't think you'd actually show up.
Well, I did. Because I have a new album to promote, and it's called Songs of Cinema. And whatever you guys did with Deadpool, it worked.
Aw, thank you. Then let's do this. Featuring the Creepy Man song.
Who seems like a nice guy, giving treats to you. Never asks for money, just a creepy hug or 2. The creepy man can, 'cause he's got a white van with even more candy.
The Dear God Please Help Us song.
Oompa loompa doopity-doo. They are all slaves in need of rescue. Oompa loompa doopity-doo. Their legs are weird 'cause he broke their knees.
Wonka showed up and he fed us some sweets. Then we woke up in this giant factory. We can't talk back without getting a smack.
In the first draft we all were black.
Don't believe in Google it.
And the This Place is a Lawsuit Waiting to Happen song.
You'll fall in, burn your skin, in a world of safety violations. My factory has no health regulations. We don't really brew candy right. We just toss some shoes into it.
That's true.
Every surface someone's chewed it. Our chocolate river is mixed with sewage.
Just go to starring.
Starring Johnny Depp, Joe Biden His Time, When Senpai Notices You, The Lollipop Guild, 90s alt-rock band, What Obesity Used to Look Like, and America. Saw for Kids.
Oh, God.
Wow, thanks for that, Mr. Bolton.
No problem. As long as you call me back when you do the 5th Captain Jack Sparrow movie.
Ugh, they're making a 5th one?
I know, right?
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and it's based on a book called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, so we're doing like a spin on it, making Willy Wonka the main character? No, the main character is this kid called Charlie. So why are we... I don't know. Well, okay then. So anyway, we meet Charlie, and he's working a job while all these other kids are having a great time in a candy store with the Candy Man. Oh, they're buying candy from him? No, he's just kind of throwing it at them, just kind of giving it out. Yeah, a pretty weird business model. Yeah, so anyway, Charlie goes home and sees his mom, who's taking care of his 4 grandparents that have been stuck in their communal bed for like 20 years. What? What are you talking about? You know how when you're a kid, your 4 grandparents live in the same bed and never get out because they're too old? Oh, I don't think that's a thing. That sounds super unsanitary. Yeah, all they do is complain and eat cabbage soup all day. Oh god, I can't imagine what those sheets must smell like. Not great, I imagine. So anyway, then we're gonna find out that this guy Willy Wonka, who owns a candy factory, is having this big contest. Oh, what's the contest? Well, he's hidden some golden tickets in some candy bars, and whoever finds them gets a tour of the factory. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, so everybody in the world just starts going crazy, like everybody's looking for these things. And who ends up finding them? Well, there's this girl Violet who loves chewing gum. There's a boy named Mike TV who loves TV. There's a boy named Augustus Gloop who likes to eat, and there's a girl named Veruca Salt who's, you know, Satan. Oh, she is. She's a spoiled little demon child for sure, and Charlie really wants to find a ticket, but his family doesn't have money, so they can't really buy chocolate. Bummer. And then his mom is gonna sing a song called Cheer Up, Charlie. Oh, we have musical numbers. Sometimes. Well, okay then. People do enjoy the occasional song. Yeah. Not this one, though. Oh. Yeah, pretty much everybody's gonna hate this one forever. Okay. Anyway, eventually Charlie ends up finding the ticket, and he gets to bring somebody with him. Oh, so who does he bring with him? His hardworking mom? Nope, he's gonna bring his Grandpa Joe. Haven't all his grandparents been bedridden for 2 decades? They sure have, but Grandpa Joe's gonna be so excited, he's gonna get out of bed and start dancing around. What? Yeah, he's so excited, he can't wait to go. What? You're saying all it took for him to get out of bed was the opportunity to go eat some free candy? That's right. What about when Charlie was born and the mom had to raise a child by herself? Nope, he didn't. That wasn't enough for him to get out of bed. What about trying to get a job so they don't have to eat cabbage soup all the time? So he's gonna dance around, he's gonna sing a song about how he has a golden ticket. He doesn't, Charlie has the golden ticket. Well, that's Grandpa Joe for you. Oh, Grandpa Joe's a monster. Is he the bad guy or something? No, he's one of the good guys. If you say so. Anyway, so then they head to the Wonka factory. And how does that go? Well, they see Willy Wonka and he pretends to need a cane, but then he does a little roll, so it's very fun. Oh, because people think he can't walk well, but then he can. Exactly, and so this way the audience never knows if he could be trusted. Oh, so this guy is a little sketchy. Oh, definitely. Not as sketchy as Grandpa Joe, though. So then they start the tour, and they see all kinds of weird rooms inside this factory. Wow. And there's this massive chocolate river with a waterfall. Sounds delicious. Yeah, it looks like diarrhea, though, for sure. Oh, no. Then that kid Augustus Gloop, he's gonna start drinking out of the chocolate diarrhea river, and he's gonna fall right in. Uh-oh, so what does Wonka do? Not much, he just kind of stands there. He says there's nothing to be done about it now. Oh, what does that mean? Well, the kid gets sucked up into this tube, and then the pressure shoots him out into a different room. My god, is he okay? Unclear, but then these little creatures called Oompa Loompas start dancing and singing about how this kid had it coming. What? Yeah, they got a whole song and dance ready for this exact situation. Very strange. So then everybody gets on this little boat, and it's super cute, and it has just the right number of seats for them. Does that mean that Wonka knew that one of the kids wasn't gonna make it out of that room? That's certainly one way to interpret it, sir. Ew, very dark. Yeah, and then they go through this tunnel on a little boat ride. Oh, well, that's fun. That'll kind of counterbalance the extremely dark thing you just alluded to. And the tunnel is dark, and images start getting projected on the walls, millipedes crawling on people's faces, chickens being beheaded. What? And Wonka just stares at everybody, and he's speaking in an increasingly loud voice. What is going on? He's singing about how not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Please stop. And then he ends the song with a big scream, and everyone's sitting there shocked at what they just witnessed. Oh my god. So anyway, then they head into the next room. Well, wait, what the hell was that about? I don't know. So then in the next room, they get these everlasting gobstopper things, which look very uncomfortable to eat. Oh, okay. And Violet eats some gum that she's not supposed to, and it makes her turn into a massive blueberry. I mean, she just fills up with juice. She fills up with juice? And so the Oompa Loompas have to roll her into another room and juice her, or she's gonna explode. She might explode? Only if the Oompa Loompas don't juice her, and then they do another song and dance specific to this very situation. When did they write and rehearse these things, and how did they know they were gonna play out like this? Unclear. So then they all get to try out some lickable wallpaper, and let me tell you, Grandpa Joe gets pretty nasty with his tongue on that thing. And then they go into another room, and they see this stuff called fizzy lifting drinks, but Wonka tells them they can't have any, because it's not ready. Okay. But then when everybody leaves the room, Grandpa Joe is like, hey Charlie, everybody's gone, no one's watching, let's have some. Oh, this freaking guy, are you sure he's not the bad guy in this thing? He might be. So then they start start floating up towards this big ceiling fan, and it seems like they're gonna get chopped up by it. Oh, gonna be tough to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, they just start burping a whole lot, and that makes them float back down to the ground. Oh, solving problems by burping is tight. Yeah, it is. So then what happens? Well, Mike TV gets turned all miniature, and Veruca falls down a garbage chute that leads to a furnace. Oh, this place is a death trap. Well, we're gonna imply that maybe the kids didn't die, so. Oh, okay. You know, they're all definitely on a path to excruciating death, but maybe they're not gonna get there. I guess that's reassuring. Anyway, so eventually Wonka's gonna be super mad at them about the fizzy lifting drink situation, and he tells them to go home. Oh, well, that's probably the safest thing for them anyway. But then Charlie's gonna give back the everlasting gobstopper, so Wonka's gonna be super happy. Oh, why is that? Well, he had set up this whole thing where his employee posed as a competitor and promised all the kids money if they gathered information on that candy as a test. Oh, so Charlie's being honest. Okay, that's nice. It is nice. So then Wonka takes Charlie and Grandpa Joe into a magical elevator that shoots up all the way into the sky. Yeah, that also sounds extremely unsafe. Definitely. And so Wonka's gonna be like, good news, Charlie, I'm giving you the factory. It's yours. What? Yeah, Charlie's in charge of a factory now, and Grandpa Joe's gonna be like, what about me? Can I live there too? Ugh, of course he says that. Yeah, okay, he is the worst. So Charlie's like the CEO of a major corporation now? I guess so, because Wonka said he didn't want to leave the factory to a grown-up, so he had to give it to a child. What happens when Charlie's no longer a child in just a couple years? Unclear, so what do you think? Well, you know, I think it sounds like a pretty good horror movie. Oh no, this is a kid's movie. Oh, it is? Yeah, this is for kids. This is for the little humans. But what about all the horrifying stuff all throughout the movie? I don't know. What about that tunnel scene where he's yelling about hellfire and flashing disturbing images? Oh, well, those images are gonna fly by so fast, I don't think anyone's gonna know what's actually happening. Okay, well, I guess it's good that there's not really any technology for people to watch these movies at home and slow them down and rewatch that scene. Yeah, hopefully that never exists, or I imagine somebody would make a list of all the disturbing stuff we're gonna shove in there.
Alright guys, so we did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This was a new one for pitch meeting. Honest Trailer had done this like years ago, but I want to do this one because I've kind of always looked at Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory not really like a straight up kids movie. When I was a kid, yes, but nowadays it's like, this was kind of like a horror film. So I like that they kind of viewed it in that way. Like, it's a horror film. This is for kids? Oh my God. I like how both talked about the tunnel scene, the boat ride tunnel scene, because that's, you know, chickens getting their heads cut off, the millipedes, centipedes on somebody, on faces, just horrific stuff. And it's like, this is supposed to be for kids, but it's just got those wacky, weird, horrific type moments. I actually did like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. I actually did really enjoy that film. So when either one comes on, my family, we watch it together all the time. I like this one. I love how he put together for the pitch meeting, just all the comedy moments in his are funny, but especially when he did the tunnel scene, he had the lights too and the music and everything, and then just kind of jumps to the next room, the next scene. Like nothing ever happened. That was hilarious. But Honest Trailers also had a good one. So, I mean, for me, if I had to kind of pick between the two, I'd probably say it's a tie. I mean, really between the two. I will say that Honest Trailer probably gets docked a point because the Michael Bolton piece was a little corny. Like I wasn't really into that as much. There were some funny moments, but it kind of brought it down a little bit for me. So it could give leeway to pitch meeting if that's the case, but I'm trying not to be biased. I feel like I vote for pitch meeting almost all the time, except for maybe once so far. So I'm going to say tie, but pitch meeting is kind of a leg up, but I did really enjoy both. Those are just my thoughts real quickly on this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear what you think of the Honest Trailer and the pitch meeting for Willy Wonka. And let's talk about the movie Willy Wonka a little bit. Like, who's your favorite character? I do like how in the pitch meeting, maybe this will change my vote now, how they pretty much said Grandpa was the villain. Like, he's pretty much saying Grandpa seems like the villain of this movie, and he really kind of is. So I like that view because I never looked at it that way. I looked at it like, hey, he's trying to have fun with his grandson and they're trying to do some extra stuff, but he should have gotten a job. He should have been helping around the house, and chocolate, free candy is pretty much what got him up. Like, that's just funny to think about. And then he's always thinking about, well, what about me? What about me? So yeah, he's the villain of this film. So let's talk about that. What are your views on that? Also, what are your views? Cause I heard in I don't know if it was a news article or something I read that Charlie was originally supposed to be a black kid. And so I was kind of like, that would have been interesting. And I guess the author changed it at some point in the book, or he was originally supposed to be black, or I'm not sure. Let's talk about that. If you know, if anybody knows any information on that, I'd love to get, some deeper insight into if that's true or not. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you're watching here. If you are subscribed, thanks for coming back and watching. I really appreciate it. Like this video, share it with someone if you think they enjoy this content, whether it's a friend, enemy, loved one, whatever. Share it with the world. But before you go, check out some of our other videos. Rise of Skywalker pitch meeting is one of our top view videos, so check that out. And you can check out our versus reactions to some of our other versus matchups. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one.